Divergent thinker is the one who goes beyond. The one who goes, away from the common things. So those type of learners, people, are wonderful in learning English. So they go beyond, they go the extra mile. So that's quite important. And also we have the evaluative thinking questions. The ones that we do every time we finish up an activity. We judge, we value, we give a number to what we have done. All right? Now, check this out. So I'm going to challenge you people. Give me an answer. I'm going to focus on what a convergent question is and a divergent. First one, let's see. Volunteer. I love the volunteers who look like a victim. Okay, Laura, let's see, the number one. What do you think will happen if, is that a convergent question or a divergent or divergent question? What do you think will happen? Exactly, sounds more like a divergent. So why? Because you have different choices of answers. There you go. Next one, another wonderful volunteer, Sandra, as a victim. Second one, what is the author's purpose? Convergent. Why? Because you're going to give an exact answer. Next one, if A, what will happen to B? Divergent. Why? Because you're thinking about choices. Number four, everyone is a victim right now. What could you decide? Divergent. Can you see? Now, have you ever thought about your own thinking, people? Are you divergent or convergent? That's a good question. Okay, the answer is we have both. Oscar thing. I thought it was wrong, Oscar. So those are the points. Can you see? So that's important, people. A, what do we need in order to be much more effective in our questioning? So that's quite important. A, plan something specific. Hey, don't go beyond. I know, Oscar. I'm a divergent, Oscar. I'm going to ask whatever I... No. Everything has to have a plan. Everything has to have a sequence. So watch out. All your questioning has to be simple, concise, and also very straightforward. All right? Listen. Ask your question before selecting who should answer. Don't go to the victim right away, even though we do it. Right, Laura? Or Laura? Laura right away. Yes? So we ask people, hey, the question has no label, has no gender. So that's fine. Even though that's important, I'm going to tell you in a moment. Hold on. Also practice wait time. Hey, the wait time depends on the content of what you're dealing with. If it's a cognitive question, so it might take longer. Knowledge, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. But if it requires a longer time, so that depends on the type of students that we have. If my students tend to be a little bit slower, okay, question, there you go. Okay, take time. Don't worry, take your time. Okay, there you go. Answer. Okay, so we have to be careful. Listen carefully to your students' responses. Be attentive. Hey, that's a good one. Make connections. Ask different types of questions so you can play a little bit with the questions. Something about memory, something about, let's say, divergent, something convergent. So it's all up to the kind of content we're dealing with. A language class, many times we are risk takers. So divergent questioning is wonderful. Also, we have to know when not to ask. If they are working in groups, many times it is not the right moment. Talk less. I should be talking less. Yes. As a teacher, you have to be careful to balance. The more the students talk, the better for them. Remember, they are the stars. We're not. I'm sorry. How can we improve it? How can we improve our own questioning, people? We have to know the appropriate level of the students. How much they know, so my question has a direction. If I know that they are first level students, my questioning has to be according to the level, their knowledge, language, even culture. Mhm. What kind of questions, were the most stimulating? So I need to know, after my first class, that's what we do all the time as teachers. So what do you do after every single class is over? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? So what questions have more impact? Which ones they didn't answer? So I need to make a selection. It sounds like like a therapy. What did I do? Was I right? So those are the simple questions we need to ask ourselves. How to use your wait time. Wait time, I guess, is one of the keys, unbelievably. Mm-hmm. The more we push the students, the less precision the answers have. So we need to wait. So we have to be careful. And also, speaking about gender, just like I said before, a question has no gender, but the people who are going to answer, they do. So I'm not going to be asking my students something that is not proper. So how many times we make the students feel embarrassed? So you have to be very careful. Yes? This is like a consciousness test. It's unbelievable, but that's true. Also, why it is necessary for us to use the questions. For them, the questions students can formulate. For them to gain comprehension, understanding what they do and what they learn. Also, it's a wonderful and powerful incentive. How many times you have seen a happy face of a student who can finally formulate a question in the right way? You say, am I right? Perfect. Thank you. That kid goes home, Mommy, I finally could make up a question. Good for you, kid. Here goes a chocolate bar. A gansito. There you go. Also, the questioning the students formulate is wonderful for interaction. Mm-hmm. The more they ask, the more interactive they become people. Also, they have the chances to learn from their own mistakes. The more mistakes they make, the more they learn. All right? Can you see how important this is? Now, listen, can you see how important this is? Tell me, convergent or divergent question? Oops. Oscar, that's a good question. Before I go, about the end, I'm not sure if I have a video at the end. Okay, so far, this is a conclusion. So can you see, now tell me people, is questioning a real weapon for us or a tool to make communication meaningful? Yes. How many times we talk to ourselves and we ask ourselves questions? Every single day. So that's what happens, in ourselves. Within ourselves, we have to know how to ask a question. Unbelievably, but many times we make those big mistakes in class. We just ask simple questions, but we never think how much impact the question may have on the students. So those are aspects that we need to stop, think, relax, at the same time, think very, very deeply on what we're doing in class. So why do students have trouble to answer? Why do students have trouble to do, an assignment? Because they had no idea what we actually asked them. Can you see? Now listen to this. As a conclusion, you tell me if you agree or disagree, people, please. A question can be the key to open your mind to different experiences, to unique opportunities in learning. It can lead you to analyze, to predict, to criticize, judge, evaluate, reflect, experiment, and above all, to learn. Yes. Isn't it true?
Yes.
Tell me, please. Agree, Oscar? I agree because I want to be nice to you, Oscar. No, tell us the truth. Yes. So those are aspects that we need to stop and think. Why is it important? Because we just keep rushing up. We want to finish up things fast and soon, and earlier. So time is killing us right now. I know that all of us, we have at least 3 jobs. So those are aspects that we need to stop and think. But listen, this is part of our planning. It's nothing out of this world. So the questions, you can formulate them and place them in your lesson plan. Okay? Now, I have a video for you. Could you please, can I just press it? Okay. Now pay attention, people. This is for you, from my heart. Listen, watch out. I get to sit down. Some words from that presentation. A question sparks curiosity. Easy? Anything else that we can pick out of this? From questioning? Can you see?
The right question makes a good conversation.
Exactly. The more inquisitive we are, the better students become. All right? I guess it's going to be all. Right? I want to thank you so much. Yes?
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention.
On behalf of Relaciones Culturales en la División de Estudios Superiores de Relaciones Culturales, we want to thank Oscar for inspiring us. I learned today. So my question is, are you inspired? Are you motivated?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Are you happy to be a teacher?
Yes.
Are you proud?
Yes.
Well, we have learned, Oscar. Thank you. Okay? And here's a small token of our appreciation. Okay? We're going to have the closing here, the ceremony. I'll start singing.
She's going to sing.
I was thinking there all the questions that I was going to say.
Thank you, Oscar. It was a wonderful talk and an excellent video at the end. Guys, this is the end of this seminar, 2016. I hope you took advantage of it, you learned a lot, and you felt what I felt. I really came out from this experience renovated, remotivated, and very eager to organize the next seminar 2017. I want to thank all the speakers that were here with us this weekend. Ada, Anita, Javi, Chaz, here we have Teresita, Daniel, where is Daniel? Daniel left. Oscar. Our best star speaker. Thank you very much, Oscar. I could never thank you enough. Andres and Maria Alberto. And my team, I don't know what I would have done without Tanya and her great team of volunteers. I think they're eating right now. But please, a warm applause for all the speakers. And a round of applause for you for being here this weekend.